Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Pathogen Podcast. My name is Sam, and today we'll be reviewing the recent outbreak at Garcia Newgard Memorial Hospital and how investigators determine the source of the pathogen or if it is a pathogen. Okay, so we're going to go through some prerequisites before we start. The disease only affected 11 patients in total, all of which were acquired in the hospital. When this happens, we call this nosocomial infections. The staff figured out it was a nosocomial infection because they only started showing symptoms 1 to 3 days after showing up in the hospital itself. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys an example of how the patient infections looks like. You're gonna see a very really big and almost yellow pimple. It's very yellow. It gets part of its name actually, fun fact, for yellow and almost golden color because aureus in Latin means golden. So that's where they got the origin for the word. So fun fact there. The agent was identified to be a strain of bacteria through etiology. Etiology is the distinct set of causes that is linked to a certain agent. In this case, the etiology for the bacteria infection are physical contact with infected material, consumption of contaminated materia, and an imbalance in natural flora, or when a strain of bacteria goes somewhere that it shouldn't be inside of your body. To remedy the problem, the staff at GNMH and PLTW DDT identified that the antiseptic wipes that the hospital was using were the cause of the infection, and so they stopped using them and sanitized the infected areas with clean wipes. They determined that the wipes were the source of the infection because of two things: the factory that made them issued a callback, and they were the only common factor between all of the patients. There were two stocks, and the stocks that were contaminated is 666789. The solution was pretty simple. We just had to wipe everything down, get rid of the old wipes, and boom, we clean everything. But the progress to getting there was pretty difficult. So first we needed to find the bacteria cause and get at the actual source of the where the bacteria is at. So to do this, each patient, we had 3 patients that we could examine their bacteria, right? Each patient had 2 different types of bacteria because they're in the hospital, they were sick before. So they had to use different techniques to grow the bacteria. So they used aseptic technique to culture or grow the bacteria. The aseptic technique is a pattern of distributing bacteria on a pedigree dish so that you can get isolated colonies of specific strains. After analyzing those colonies and making some hypotheses, they used the gram staining technique to further narrow down the possible list of bacteria that could be affecting the patients. At the end of the experimentation, they found that every single patient, the ones that we examined, were sharing the same bacteria, Staphylococcus aureus. So that just about wraps up this story for our outbreak. I hope that you guys tune in for the next episode of the Pathogen Podcast. My name is Sam, and I'm signing off.